Hello everybody, this is Sonya. Now, I thought I'd come on today because I really want to do one of these. I've never really made a junk journal, or well, I've done some little books, but not like a junk journaling thing. But I thought, well, you never know, might be something, somebody might learn something. So I thought I'd give you a bit of a look at what I'm doing. I thought to myself, now I really wanted to have this on the cover. As you can see, I've started because I wanted, well, I was starting and then I thought, oh no, well, I can show people what I'm doing as I go a bit, so they can, you know, just see how it goes together. But I'm not telling you that I'm going to be able to do this right way. I'm just going to do it how I want to. Okay, so now I've got like a pattern, and I put some Mod Podge on it because I really wanted to look after the cover, so I want to make sure that it's okay. So I've done that first because I thought, well, I'll need to look after it. Now there was a bit of sticky tape on there, but I cut that off. Now I've taken the end piece off. Oh, now I've got it under the leg of the tripod. That's nice. That part that's beads up there, the flap part, and I've cut that off, but I want to keep that because I'm going to put that on the end here. So I just decided I'd get some, this is a file folder, and I've just cut that in half, and I'm going to actually put this on here after I put some of this on. I want to put some of this on first. As you can see, it's light. It might be a little bit themed, you know, because that's, you know, that happens, you know. If you want, with me, I like to do things, I don't know, maybe everybody does, maybe we all have different ways that we just like to do things. So I'm going to actually put this on as you would a bit of Mod Podge, and just to put it on there so it covers that first, because that's what I thought I'd like to do first up. And not much pattern on these pieces, but we'll find another bit here that's got a bit more pattern on it. You can use a serviette to do this too with. I thought that that'd be a good thing, but I don't have one here handy with anything like this on it. So I'm just going to put this on here. I don't really want to do too smaller bits because then it's going to take too long, but not too small, but anyway. So now we get our Mod Podge, which I really need to get more of that. Didn't realise till just now because I haven't probably done anything with this for a while. Now I'm going to cover as much as I can, so I'm going to have enough when I go to cut out the front cover. I'm going to have a front cover, a spine piece, and the back. So this is what I don't say this is my only, this is not my thing. I'm saying I'm not exactly doing the journals as everybody else because I don't sort of follow anyone else. I've seen them made, so I hope I'm not copying anybody, so I don't know why I'm raving on about that, but I think we all have our own ways of doing things. But so when you say you've seen this lady made a junk journal but you think she did it all wrong, it's because this is pretend. I don't know how to do it. So this is how I'd put one together if I was doing it anyway. This is my idea, I think, is how I'd make it. We all do our own things when we do them sort of things, though, don't we? And I do have a talk sometimes. Oh, I'm so excited, you know, because I had a nice sleep last night. Oh, it's really good when you get a good sleep, especially when you can't sleep all, you know, like I have nights when I stay up awake for hours and hours, but I slept really good. And that makes you feel so much better, doesn't it? Got up and thought, oh, I could be creative today, better have a go. You never know, I could make something interesting. So, that's what we're doing here. We're just going to put this down. If you want to fast forward this, well, let's take it away. I just thought, well, if I show you how I put it together, I'm not very good at explaining when things are made how they went. You know, I'm just because I don't have any sort of particular rules when I do things most of the time. It's very hard for me to say what I did there. Make sure that that's plenty wet. And go a bit more across this way. We need to have it pretty much. When I put the thing above it to test it, saying the pattern, cover off the material pattern, which I think that this was given to me by, I think, did someone send me this? Maybe they did. Anyway, so that will go there, so that's plenty right. So we just need a bit more of the other side here, so I have to sort of tear off a bit more pieces, or we'll just keep working with this. Oh, there you go, there's a bit more, a nice bit of writing on it. A bit of text, you know, you need a bit of text on things. Been really good to hear the weather. Oh wow! But today I think it's starting to get hot again. I'm going up to town tomorrow. I'm going to go to the pool, and then I'm going to show you and take my camera with me, and I'm going to show you what our town's like when there's Elvis people, when the people from the Elvis Festival arrive. Because they're all out there now singing their Elvis songs and stuff. So we're going to take a video of that. Or some of it, because it's, you know, it's just way over the top. There's, I thought they said 20,000, 40,000, 50,000 people. That is a lot to invade our 15,000 population town. I think that's what we got. I mean, it's probably 20 in the district, but in the town itself, we sort of don't actually get much bigger. We just sort of, people come and go, so it doesn't sort of grow much. I'm over here. If you can't see me, I promise you I'm still here, and I'm just trying to do this side. I probably should turn that around. I'm just going to do this side here, and I hope that this doesn't take donkey's years to dry. It shouldn't do. It's hot today, so it shouldn't be too bad. We'll just have another piece on this corner here. Plenty of Mod Podge. As you can see, we use lots of Mod Podge. You can use any sort of glue you like. Wet glue would be good to do this with, like when I say wet glue. This here white stuff. That there be really good to do it with. It's a white glue, and it just, you know, like I said, kids use at school, and that's only cheap, and it works really good to do this sort of thing. But I'm using the Mod Podge because I want this for me cover. But if you want to do anything in this sort of way, now a lot of that is going to be covered over. I think my husband's out there now doing some sort of building thing. He's actually building the thing to take the corn off the cob so he can feed it to the chooks. But anyway, never mind. He's said it's old that we, you know, he said some that we missed out at eating, so he's going to do that for the chooks. But he had to build himself a thing to do it with, because that's a man thing. That's how you get. You have to have a machine to do these things. If he's not inventing something like that, he's out trying to come up with some different thing for growing stuff with, different plants and things. He's always been into that sort of thing. Kids went off to play bingo today with the Elvis people. The kids being my 20-year-old daughter and her partner, Eddie, and they've gone to play bingo because he's still on holidays and she's got the day off work, so they're going to play bingo, and then they're going to look at all the Elvis things in the museum and stuff like that. And, I said no thank you very much, I don't think I will. Yes, yes I do, and I'm doing a video. He just asked me if I had the phone, and I do. Well, I think so, yes. Good. He only wants me to have it so if it rings. He knows where it is to answer it. He doesn't have to pop in. If it rings, I'll cry. So I'm doing this now. Now, I'm going to have that one there. And then we need a back. So we're going to have a spine piece up the back. So this piece is going to go on here. I'm going to stick that there. That's probably good enough. I might just put a little bit more on. Okay. Because as you know, this is actually, well, this is glue too. So I'm going to glue it onto here. then to save you having to go through hours of painful hanging out with me, I might just do that bit. Oops, I think I might have took it over too far, because I need enough for the spine, don't I? Don't do that, Sonya, make me cry. Hang on a minute, look at that. It'll be enough. Let's really quickly lift him up and move him over this way a bit further. That's better. Okay, so we've got, I do want to leave an edge around it anyway. I'm not going to cut it right back to where the pattern is. So that's how I've done that bit. And I'm going to make sure the corners are all pushed down properly. And that bit there. And then I'll go over here. Now I'm going to wait for this to dry, and then I'll cut it out with my paper trimmer. Make sure that it's straight. Not very. And it doesn't matter if you get a bit of glue on your oh well, it doesn't. I've got a bit on my dress. It doesn't matter if you get a little bit of glue on your paper, because that's what you want. You want this paper to be really nice and solid, and oh, that's going to be awesome, isn't it? Don't you think it's going to be awesome? Anyway, now I'll have to wait for it to dry a bit. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to do some show you a few things that I want to use in it, because I can come back then and show you what I actually did. I put that up there upside down. Look, I did too, but because I'm going to be cutting that down here and then getting a piece out of the back, which the spine I'm going to be covering anyway with some tape, I hope. It's actually got sewing tape on it, because this is going to be a sewing tape cover. Whether the inside will have that sort of thing in it, I don't know, but that's, there you go. So that's my cover for my junk journal that I have made, that I'm going to make. And well, junk, I can't say it's junk. This is all good stuff, isn't it? You know. So I'm going to leave that over there so it can dry. And the all good stuff is these sort of things here that I've collected up. Well, you've seen what everybody else puts in theirs too. Sonya's going to go with, like, I have got bags of these bits and pieces, right? And I'm sure anybody else that does any sort of, well, I hope they do this. So when I show you this is only part there of it, you know. I have so much that I have collected up. People do send me really good stuff. These pieces of card here that come in the back of things. Actually, that's the thing there Amy made me. I don't know why I've got that in there. I'll put that up there. And just bits and pieces that, you know, that I've collected up in envelopes. And I love collecting stamps off packages. There's a piece of paper off the parcel. I've got bits of paper. There's more paper off the parcel. These sort of things I'm going to use. I don't know. And I've got some cards. I don't consider this to be junky stuff. I think it's just absolutely amazing stuff, really. I suppose when they say junk journalists, because they do use a lot of old things that they're recycling, and that's what I got, I suppose. Like I coloured this in. Never did find anywhere to put it, so I'll stick her in there. And I've got some envelopes that I'll use for pockets. I've got some bits of paper here that I was putting some Mod Podge on. And that's as far as I got, but I'm going to put that in there somehow. I'll use bags, more of this. I did these fabric ladies, and I don't know whether they're no good to use or not, because I've got a little bit of ink on there, but you never know, do you? So I've just got bits and pieces of things that I collect up because I used and, well, I didn't use, you know. And even this one that see, that Melissa sent me that was on a packet, that's not junk, but I'm going to use that in my journal, see, because it's I don't know, it's all good things that I really like. So and you know what, CD case, look at that, a DVD case. Now that's going to be awesome, isn't it? Don't you reckon that's going to go in there really good? Anyway, I'm going to have a go, and then I'm going to come back and I'll show you, and hopefully I might be able to join these together, and you'll be watching it one after the other, or you know, a bit at a time, whatever you want to do. Anyway, so I'm going to start on this now. I've got to figure out how I'm going to put them together, because that's my next plan. Okay, so I'll get back on here after a little while, and I do a bit more and show you what I'm doing. Okay, we'll talk to you later.